Welcome to No Limits Playhouse. Dun dun dun. It's the Axis and Allies. G40 Enderman'S House Rules Playtest Invitational Game. Recap with LT as Russia and France. Enderman 103 as US and China. PROZACH as the UK Europe and UK Far East Command, or the FECO Matter, created by Larry Harris. The WARDEN as Germany and Italy. Me as Japan man again. So, we just finished round 3 of our turn. And this is what we have wrought. Let's see, America over there is building up on the east coast there. The British Isle looks. This is Africa. Along its coast. The Mideast. Europe. Canada. The Upper Atlantic. Scandinavia. Focus on me. Let's see. There's Leningrad still being held on. Oh, the Germans are really building up till near Barbarossa. Building up again. The Italians in the south. The Russians building up. Just lost their Siberia. Being replaced by the Americans and the Japanese. Only have one lonesome in China. China still looks like a mess. The FECs, the British FECs. Southern Pacific, the Mid-Pacific, Upper Pacific. All this stuff from America's side. Australia. So, we'll begin with Germany's turn of wardens. Yeah, well, Germany's building up in Morocco. Make sure there's no Operation Torch coming. Of course, they're building an Atlantic Wall as well. Of course, they've pushed further in their Barbarossa push. Taking a couple of territories. Destroyed a sub in the upper Atlantic of the Russians. Still holding on to Scandinavia. And what else? And I got a fighter in Egypt as well. Yes, so let's see what the I should darn me, I always do this. So they'll be collecting 46 their next turn in round 4. I wonder what he's going to be doing. We'll see. So Germany, let's see what their IPC losses this round is. Okay, let's get this out of the way, please. Yeah. See, in this round they lost. They didn't lose much. They lost an infantry and a dive bomber. They lost that in Season 91 when they took out that French fleet of a cruiser and a destroyer, and losing a dive bomber in the process. And landing in Morocco, like they should, like good boys. And let's see what they lost in this round. They lost 14 in IPC losses, so they're up to 122 in marks, which ain't too bad, I guess. Not too bad of a mark. So, go to LT's Russia, see what they have rotted. Well, they're no more in Siberia. They just lost a little bastion in the Yakut. But they still have one in China, helping out the Chinese with their lonesome infantry. Yeah, maybe they really built up in Leningrad. Maybe foolishly, we'll see next turn. Of course, they have a build up south as well, and all that stuff. And building a few more tanks as well. Yeah, of course they lost their. Of course, they have still a little navy in the Baltics, but it's pretty useless if they can't pass through and they can't convoy anything. Let's see what they'll be collecting. I'll be collecting 31 for next round. See what they lost this round. They lost 24 in IPCs, so they go up to 97 rubles. Is it like, yeah, 97 rubles? might be off there. I'm not sure. Yeah, we'll see. So they lost 6 infantry and a sub this round. We're just gonna say they lost 97 rubles. I thought they went over 100, but we'll see. I didn't think that's accurate though. So they're not in the 100 club yet, like Germany is. So my Japanese, sad to report, but I did push further into Siberia. That force right there. I lost part of the Siberian territory to the Americans. Took some of the Chinese territories back, but there should be more. Lost my Kwichao Air Force and an AA gun as well. But I built up in Guangxi, all that stuff there. Still have my Navy. Also in Tokyo Bay, a little build up there as well. The horsies. All around Siberian territory. So I'll be collecting 36 for next round. Let's see, what did I take? I did take out a destroyer over there. I took out a few Chinese infantries as well. Not much, right? But I did take out in Shenxi. Took out the Chinese Flying Tiger, though. That's good news at least. But I lost a lot. Let's see, what did I lose? Thanks to the Feeks, the British Feeks, I lost 79 total in IPC damages to go into the 200 mark, the 200 club at 201 yens. Losses. See, I lost a couple of 3 fighters, a dive bomber, 3 infantry, 3 artillery, a couple of horses, transport, and also an AA gun. And sad to report, I lost that transport in Seesaw 5 trying to attack the Soviet Far East, but failed miserably. I came in with 4-2 odds, but his AA gun got my fighter of the Americans, and I only got 1 hit, and that was his lonesome AA gun I got. And he got everything else of mine. Oh, if you saw that turn of mine, you saw how mad I got. Oh well, so that's all I lost here. Okay, now let's see. Enderman'S Americans in China. Let's see what they have. Up to no good what they did. Well, because of the gift I gave them in Soviet Far East, they were able to take over Siberia territory. They took Iwo Jima, pushed their sub up further to Okinawa trying to convoy me. I don't think so. And they built up in Alaska in their factories of theirs. All that stuff. Still have a Navy there off the Far East Coast. And looks like they're marching to Alaska with those troops right there. They even built a battleship. Ugh. Trying to match my Navy. And they have a whole big Navy in Midway as well. And along with their Air Force. Wonder where they're going. We'll see. And of course, they did a little build up in the East Coast. But I don't know if they can go anywhere this round. Now with that stuff there in Morocco. Let's see what they'll collect. They'll still be collecting 52 IPCs, but they did get convoyed in the Philippines, so they lost 2 in that, which is okay with me. Let's see, where is it? Okay. All right, let's see. Now let's see what they lost this round. They didn't lose much. They lost a destroyer, a gun. They lost 2 damages in a convoy. So a total of what? 15 IPCs in losses, but they're only at 21 total in bucks in 3 rounds of war. So let's see how that goes hundreds of folds later. And let's see what the Chinese have done. Okay, the Chinese. They tried to take over Shenxi with a couple of infantry, but failed miserably. So they retreat out with 1 man. And they build a couple of men in Hopei and Kansu. But they have no longer their Flying Tiger to support them. Oh. So they'll be collecting 75 PCs for the next round. Let's see what they lost in this round 3. They lost 3 infantry. That's not right. It was an artillery. This is supposed to go to these guys. If I didn't mess up there. They lost 3 infantry. And their Flying Tiger for a total of 23 IPCs, I believe. Is it 20? What is this? No, this is not 23 IPCs. Okay, I messed up. Total of 16 IPCs it should be. So take off 4. I don't know why I put that AA gun right there. I mean, that artillery is supposed to go to these guys. So they'll be losing. Take off 4. So it'll be 85 in UN they lost so far in the war. 16 losses in this round. I don't know what I was thinking there. They should go into the effects. Ah, damn me. Where did that come from? Alright, well, I'll have to clear that up later. Okay, now. The British. Let's see what the British did. Yeah. You know, the British are building up in southern Africa and marching towards north. Try to regain their territories. They still have a little air force in jolly old England, but no navy to speak of in the Atlantic. Still have a little toehold in Malta. They did take out with the destroyer and bomber. They did take out a French Vichy destroyer, but they lost it eventually. They also landed transported into Kenya to take back their Kenya for the Italians as well. They still got their forces, still got their territories in the Mideast. Let's see what else. Well, they'll be collecting, I believe. They did save 8 IPCs. So they'll be collecting 37, I believe, for the next round to spend. Let's see what they lost. They didn't lose much, but they did lose a destroyer and transport because of the Italians. So let's see what they lost. They lost 15 IPCs. still hold the lead with 256 pounds, which is pretty heavy. They take the #1 lead in IPC losses. Now for the Italians. Italians did good. Yeah, they took over Transjordan, taking out the French infantry, and with their bomber, they took out a British destroyer and transport. No damage to itself, so it landed in French Madagascar, which is controlled by the Germans. Thank you, Germans, for helping out the Italians out. They also built a factory in Egypt for the next round. They took over Gibraltar, closing that straight down, furthering the Atlantic Wall of the Germans, and pushing into Romania, building up there as well. Excellent. And building up a little bit more in northern Italy with some mobile units as well. And they'll be collecting, I believe, 23 in IPCs. They lost nothing, so they still remain at 123 in liras in IPC damages. Very good. Let's see now. We'll go for the British Fex. Okay, the British Fex. The fecal matter. Let's see what they have done. Well, like I said, they sent three aircrafts and a couple of tanks into Quichan. Took out 3 of my aircrafts and the AA gun, only suffering two casualties of their tanks, and cowardly retreated back to Burma, doing a big old build-up in Burma. They took and build up in Yunnan as well, with those 10 infantry, and building up again in India. And they took over French Indochina to take that away from the Germans. They still have their island territories here down south. And they still have their Australia. Useless. Let's see. So what did they lose this round? Let's see. She be more. Yeah, this is why. Okay, let's see. 12 and 12. So it should be 28 in IPC's losses. They lost this round. So they should be at 110, not 106, 110 in dollars, which is great. I like it. So they're in 100 clubs as well in losses. So let's see if the French did. Yeah. Well, they lost their little fleet there of a cruiser and destroyer to the Luftwaffe. So they lost that. They lost their little infantry in Transjordan. You know, I count this loss of their British, the French Vichy destroyer. I'm gonna count that to their losses too. Since they're collaborators in nature, anyways. So I'm gonna add that to their losses as well. But they did take out. They did block the sea zone in the meantime. That's why the British had to take it out. So they do the British Feeks did take French China for them, so it goes towards their moolah. So they're up to 5 in IPCs altogether saved. Just spend it next round into to Britain. Let's see what they do with it. Maybe, I think they'll build an AA gun, so that'd be a good buy. Don't you think, LT? So let's see what they lost. They lost 31 in IPC totals in this round. They lost 2 destroyers, cruiser, and an infantryman. And like I said, that one was a Vichy destroyer, and I'm still counting it towards their losses. So they're into the 100 club too, 104 in francs and IPC losses. Very good. Let's see, now what? Should be. Let's see what the chart says here. See, the Germans, they'll be collecting 44, I do believe. Might be more than that. Yeah, 44, I think. They're up on the charts. And the Russians are at 31 IPCs, I believe. My Japanese are at 35, I believe. I might be mistaken there. Whereas the Americans are still stuck at, well, at 53 actually. I did take over my Iwo Jima. And the Chinese are at 6, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And let's see, the British are at 28, I believe. The Italians are at 23, and the British Feeks are at what? It's 36, I believe. Yeah, we're going to have to really dumb down that total there. So I collect 36 for the next round. I forgot to mention that. I'll have to do something about that. They're just getting too much money for the Japanese taste. Yeah, we'll see what we do next round. And I believe that's it. So, stay tuned for round 4. Round 4 of the Warden's turn. He did take his turn already. So it's good news for the Axis forces. Bad news for the Allies. Let's see what he did. And I believe that's it. So I'll put down the total losses for each side on my pin it on my comment section of my video. And so hope you stay tuned for the rest of the war in round 4. No limit out.